welcome to Walking Through the Bible at Advent. I hope you're out all there, all good out there. We are up to day 15, and what have we got today? Well, we've got, if you can see this, another fire, a fire, and this represents the story of Elijah. We're in 1 Kings chapter 18, particularly verses 16 to 39. Read it yourself today if you get a chance, but it's all talking about so what kind of happens is after Solomon in the book of Kings, and there's a high point where God comes and dwells in his temple, but again you never guess what happened. It goes more pear-shaped again after that, and the people of God turn away from him, and there's a civil war, and the people of God split into 2 countries, one being Judah and the other one being Israel, and there's lots of stories about good kings and bad kings. There's a lot of bad kings particularly in the northern tribes of Israel. So read them. It's a fascinating story, but it's a really sad story as well. But eventually it comes to it. There's a bad king called Ahab in the northern kingdom, and it gets to the point where almost like the worship of God, the worship of Yahweh, is abolished. There's almost no people who worship the true God of Israel living there anymore. They're all underground, and you know the country is almost totally pagan, and they all worship via the wicked queen Jezebel. They're encouraged to worship Baal, this god Baal, who is a foreign god, a god who is an idol and doesn't exist, and the god of fire and things like that. So in this story there is a massive contest between Elijah and between the prophets of Baal, and you never guess who wins. God wins. God wins, and there's a challenge. There's a challenge made in this story by Elijah, and said, "Look, lads," he talks to the people of Israel. If Baal is God, if these other things are God, if these idols are God, worship him. But listen, if God is God, if Yahweh is God, follow him and worship him. And I want to put a challenge out for you. You know, you can't be a halfway follower of God. If God, if it's either true or not. If either materialism and you know all the things of the world that we worship are true, or they're not true, or God is true. You can't half believe in Jesus. You can't half be a Christian. It's not philosophically sound, really, if that makes sense. So he makes that challenge to his people, to the people of God. You know, so how does this point to Jesus? You know, how does this point to the coming of the Messiah? Well, Jesus regularly in the New Testament and particularly the Gospels make that challenge and say, "Come on, you know, if you're my people, follow me. I am the shepherd. I am the true vine. You know, if you are my people, follow me, worship me, listen to my words." And there's lots of stories in the in the stories of Elijah that talk about listening to God and following God. And again, actually, don't be dissuaded. Sometimes as Christians we think, oh well, the whole world just feels like it's just not, you know, this is no longer a Christian country. I don't think you can have a Christian country. You just, you know, but actually, you know, we might be in the minority, but God is still God, you know. And one of Elijah's problems was they didn't feel like there was anybody, other brothers and sisters and people of God who were following God, but there are. And the same for you. We're brothers and sisters in Christ throughout the world, and take encouragement from that. So a great story, a dramatic story, but the challenge today is, you know, is Jesus the Messiah? Is he the way, the truth, the life? He either is or he isn't. It can't be half. And are you following Jesus today? So it's a great story, and read it today. Oh man.